Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob, and welcome back to episode number 5 of the Houston Astros franchise here on MLB The Show 20. Today's episode will be a little different as we'll be looking at the minor league squads, AAA Round Rock and AA Corpus Christi, as they begin their season today with an opening day action. So we'll be watching a game apiece from both squads. We're going to start off with AA, and then we're going to watch a game from AAA. But before we jump into the games, we're going to take a look at a couple of prospects from both teams to keep our eye on. Alex McKenna is the first one. He's an outfield bat for AA. Very solid fielder. His bat needs to improve a little bit if he wants to show more potential. We'll be seeing him today. The next one is Jeremy Pena, a shortstop, 2018 third round pick from Maine. Kind of the same ordeal as McKenna, good fielder. And then we see Ross Adolph, who is a B potential as well. He was drafted in the 12th round by the Mets, but he was acquired via a trade. And we'll see Sinel Perez, not today though, as he's a 2016 signing out of Cuba. And then Nivaldo Rodriguez will be the last one we highlight. 22-year-olds also signed this, except out of Venezuela through the international branch. Then we're going against Brady Singer, who is the top prospect in the Kansas City Royals organization. He is 41st overall in the bigs. So we'll see how our bats fare against a pretty solid pitcher as we are at home against the Northwest Arkansas Naturals. So we took a look at Brady Singer for them. We'll be throwing up Brett Conine from the mound. He's got solid 60 overall, but deep potential, so I'm not sure where his ceiling is. Former Cal State Fullerton pitcher was drafted in the 11th round in 2018. He'll be taking the mound for us. And just like you said, Brady Singer. So this has been a good test for our AA bats to see where they stand against a pretty solid pitcher. And we're going to get things started here in the top of the second inning. Brett Conine pitching, and he gives up a line drive shot to the gap between center and right. That ball's going to go roll all the way to the wall, and they got themselves a double to start this game. Next, we'll see Travis Jones. He's going to walk Brett Conine, losing a little bit of his command. Runners on first and second now for Kevin Merrill, and he's going to shoot that one in between third and short. The runner on third base is going to score, and the NWA takes a 1-0 lead first. Staying with the top of the second, Gabriel Cancel. Good play by the third baseman to backhand that, but he kind of loses track where to go with the ball. So we got runners, bases loaded, 1 out. But Brett Conine will continue to clutch up, gets the next batter striking out. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And up next for the Naturals, we got Michael Giglietti, and he drowns it to first base. Sorry if I butchered that name. And that's going to end that inning. Go to the bottom of the third now. Brian De La Cruz draws a leadoff walk to start this inning. Next batter, 3-1 count. He is going to walk as well. So Brady Singer with some back-to-back walks to start the third inning, getting some runners on base for Corpus Christi. Next batter is flying out to center field. We'll see if the runner on base, second base can tag. He's going to think about it, but he's not going to tag. So this runner's still on first and second with 1 out. The next batter is Gray Messenger. He's going to ground that one to the second baseman. Looking to turn 2, gets one, but Messenger's speed does beat out the throw to first base, and he is going to be rewarded for that as JJ up next lines this one to left field and puts the hooks on the board to tie it up 1-1 in the bottom of the third inning. But the hooks would not be done, however, as the next batter, Corey Lee, the catcher, another player to look out for, puts it basically in the same gap. That's going to score a run as well. Player in left field has some trouble feeling the ball. He's going to go to third base, but he turns around and goes to second, so no damage done there. That's going to do it for the third inning. We go to top of the 5 now as both pitchers look to settle in. Conine gets a grounder to shortstop. He's going to flip it over to first to get the out. Same thing with Singer. Singer's got 2 outs, and he's going to get JJ swinging on the strikeout. So both pitchers looking solid in the middle innings. Top of the 6, Brett Conine, grounder to second base. Easy play at second for the second baseman. So both pitchers kind of settling down the innings. Bottom 6, however, got a leadoff double by Ross Adolph. Not leadoff, but 2-out double by Ross Adolph to get them started. And then as we see, next batter is going to line this one to left field. That one's going to get down. Adolph's going to go home. We got a play at the plate. No, we do not. They're just going to hold it. And we got a 3-1 lead now. Brian De La Cruz puts this one towards the second baseman, and that will be the end of the 6th inning. So Corpus Christi goes up 3-1, and that'll be it for Singers. He had 7 Ks through 6 innings. Brett Conine's still on the mound, however, but he gives off a lead-up hit in the top of the 7th. Next batter up for the Naturals, same thing. Another single, this time Gabriel cancels, slapping it down to right field. And we got Michael Gigliotti coming up next, and he's going to bloop that one after an out. So we got runners going to score on that play, so it's a 3-2 lead for Corpus Christi. That's going to be a game from Code 9. Had a very solid game, 6 1/3 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, and he is currently in line for the W for the Hooks. Next pitcher for them will be Kit Sheets, a lefty out of Virginia Tech, who is actually undrafted. Believe it or not, undrafted player has found himself a home here in this organization, and he will be the next pitcher. 5'10", 185. He is 25 years old. We'll see what he can do, as he's got a good chance to hold this game and show what he's made of. And top of the seventh still, he gets second pitch, a 4-6-3 double play. So Kit Sheets coming in, 2 pitches getting his job. We'll turn it over to Enoli Paredes for a chance to close it in the top of the ninth, the son of former Expo and Tiger Johnny Paredes. When his leadoff hitter will be Kevin Merrill, who's 3 for 3 this game. Make it 4 for 4 as he grounds that one past the outstretched glove of the shortstop to get them started in the top of the ninth. Up next for the Naturals is got an 0-2 count, and he's going to get that one. Gabriel canceled, can't catch up. He's going to have to cancel his at-bat for that one. Matt Reynolds, runners taken off the second, however, throw not in time. So we got the tying run on second for Matt Reynolds, who's 0 for 3 to the game. He's going to put it to the second baseman, who makes the play. So we got 2 outs, tying run on third base for Michael Gigliotti, and he's going to come in clutch past the outstretched shortstop glove, and that's going to tie us up at 3-3 here in the top of the ninth. So Perez getting the blown save. He's able to at least get rid of the damage, as that one is going to be caught by the right fielder, and that could have probably saved the game. Bottom of the ninth, McKenna up, trying to give a chance, give the go-ahead run. He is unable to do it, so this game does go into extra innings. And we're going to send out Kent Emanuel on the mound, the former Tar Heel drafted in the 3rd round of the 2013 MLB draft. But leadoff hitter is Angelo, and he is going to shoot this one left center field, no doubt about it. That ball is gone. So the left fielder just looks up and watches. That's a solo shot for Castianello. And just like what we've seen out of the big league cut, the bullpen down here in AA is struggling to start their season, as we see a leadoff shot to put the Naturals up 4-3 here in the top of the 10th inning. Next up, we'll see 2 out. Next up is the next batter, and he is going to put that one through the gap between first and second base. So now we have a runner on first. A couple batters, pitches later, and he's going to get a strikeout. So Kent Manuel trying to settle down, trying to minimize this damage. Next batter is going to strike out as well. So back-to-back strikeouts for Kent Emanuel. Now he's got a runner on first with 2 outs, 1-2 count. And Kevin Merrill, the bat of the game, 4 for 4. Make that 5 for 5. That ball is gone, and that's going to give the Naturals a 6-3 lead. Merrill, the MVP for the Naturals in this game, has a 2-run blast, and just like that gives them a 6-3 lead to give into the bottom of the 10th. And they're going to send out Daniel Tillo, the Sioux City native out of Iowa. He was their 3rd round pick in the 2017 draft. The Hooks have one more chance to do it. First batter is going to ground out to the shortstop, and he's going to make the play. Up next for them, J.J. Maravich, and he's going to bloop this one, but the shortstop has enough space to get that ball. So we're down to our last out here for the Hooks. Corey Lee, can he make something happen? He gets a good pitch, a good solid action, but he grounds it right into the shortstop, and he will make the play. So the Naturals are able to take this game from the Hooks 6-3, as the bullpen blows it late for the Hooks. Good game out of Conine, but he's unable to get the decision, as Arnaldo Hernandez will get the W for Arkansas, and for the loss will go to Kent Emanuel for the Hooks. Next up, we'll see AAA action for the Round Rock Express. There are AAA folks do the same thing. We'll take a look at a couple of players. They take on the Wichita Wind Surge, the minor league club for the Marlins. First player we're taking a look at is Forrest Whitley, our top prospect. He will not be pitching this game, however. He was our 1st round pick back in 2016 out of Alamo Heights High School. He has a really chance to make the majors soon. He will not be pitching, however, but our second player we'll be seeing in this club to look out for. Brian Abreu, former Dominican Republic native. He does have a little bit of major league experiences, made a couple of game appearances last year, had a really solid ERA at 1.04. He has a potential as well. You might want to take a look at him in the future. Who we will be seeing on the mound, there will be Rogelio Armenteros. Has pretty solid ratings all around the board. He will be starting today. He's our number 2 prospect in this organization. He had a couple of starts last year and didn't fare as well as Brian Abreu. Next up, Jack Mayfield, second base, 68 overall, B potential. He played a little bit last year as well. He's a pretty good bat and field, but we're kind of already loaded at the middle infield position, so it'll be interesting to see what happens to him. And last player we're going to highlight really quick is Cy Snead, just average to below average right now stats. He is 26 years of age, however, so I'm not sure how much, props he has left. Then we're going against Trevor Rogers, the pitcher for the Wind Surge today, the top Marlins prospect in their organization. So hopefully our Round Rock Express can fare a little better than our Corpus Christi Hooks did just a moment ago. We're going to start off in the bottom of the first inning. Drew Ferguson, very first pitch of the game in the bottom innings, and that ball is going to be shot to left center. That ball is gone. Drew Ferguson with the lead-off home run for the Express. He was a 13th rounder out of Belmont back in 2015. He had 11 home runs just for the same team last year. So Drew Ferguson can keep that up. However, he might have a shot in the big leagues here later. He'll be a good player to keep an eye out for. Next up, we're going to go to the top of the second inning. Corey Bird at the plate. There's a shot over the head of the shortstop, and that'll get down into left field. And for a 2-out, looks like they're trying to get a little 2-out rally here going in the top of the second. He's actually going to extend that one into doubles. That was slow to get into the game. And they're going to ground him over to third base. However, second baseman cannot come up with the ball. That's going to be a costly error as they kind of plagued us in that game. Next batter chopped over to the first baseman. He's unable to get that ball as well, and the pitcher can't cover in time. So 2 errors later, and it's a 1-1 game for the Wind Surge. Top of the second, grounds it to the second baseman as well. This time we're able to get the out. So Express did make 4 errors in this game. So something hopefully not a little bit of concern. Hopefully some rust here in the early going. But a 2-out rally in the bottom of the second for the Round Rock Express. And they're going to be able to drive in a run and get that lead right back with a 2-1 lead. Up next, top of the fifth, Rogelio starting to really settle in here. But there's a shot down the third base line. That's going to go for a double off the bat. So a double to begin the inning for the Wind Surge. They hope to get back in this one. 2 batters later, this time going to go over the head of the second baseman for a single. Runner on second, a little slow to get started, so he's only going to get to first. That's a first and third. 2 outs now for Jose Chisholm. He's going to get caught looking. Rogelio shutting that one down in the top of the 5th inning. We go bottom 5 here. Taylor Jones with a shot to the gap in left center field. Runner on first is going to come all the way around, so Taylor Jones, another RBI to give the Round Rock Express another run to play with, as it's now 3-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. And they're going to go to the top of the bottom of the 6th now, as Adam Conley, the longtime Marlin, he's out here in AAA this year, made 60 starts for the Marlins last year, and he has a chance here in the bottom of the 6th to make a stamp, but gets off to a bad start as he has back-to-back walks to start the inning. That's going to bring up Anibal Sierra, who's going to slap this one the other way into right field. Runner on the second is going to round third base. He's coming home, play at the play, and he is safe. So 4-1 Round Rock. We got runners on first and third now. Very next batter, Lorenzo, going to line this one to left field. It's going to get off the wall. Runners kind of stopped. They weren't sure that one's going to be caught or not, so he tries to extend this one to second base. He's going to be thrown out. At the second base, to get runner on first, didn't really get a good jump. Next batter is going to get caught looking for the Express. So we got 2 outs, runner on third, and looking to get a little bit more insurance. They are unable to as he grounds this one to the third baseman. And just like that, the Express have a 5-1 lead. Top of the 7th, Rogelio still dealing as he goes 7 innings. Doesn't give up a single earned run. Only 5 hits and 5 Ks. Brian Abreu is going to come in for the top of the 8th. We touched on him a second ago. First batter he sees, this one's going deep to center field, the deepest part of the park. Center field has no chances. That one's off the batter's eye in center field. A lead-off home run here in the top of the 8th inning. Hopefully this isn't a repeat of what we just saw in the AA squad as Wichita tries to chip into this lead. It's a 5-2 lead now in the top of the 8th inning as Jesus Sanchez went deep to center. You got Christian Lopez later in the top of the 8th inning. Unfortunately, Brian Abreu able to capitalize, does not give up another hit in this inning. And we're going to jump into the top of the 9th here with Austin Pruitt, the closer for the Express this game. He had 14 games with the Astros last year, the former Ray, or excuse me, not for the Astros. He was a former Ray, acquired this past offseason via trade. First batter, he's going to give up a single pass out, stretch glove at the shortstop into center field. So Wichita not trying to go down easy. Next batter up, Chavez. He's going to shoot that one past the diving second baseman. And we have runners going to third base here, and he is able to get there. So we got runners on the corners here, no outs. 2 batters later, Eddie Alvarez past the head of the shortstop, and that's going to be a 5-3 lead now for Round Rock as the tying run is on first base. Lewin Diaz out past the third baseman. The runner's going to hold at third, so bases loaded, 1 out. Pruitt in a very sticky situation here. Jesus Sanchez, who had a home run earlier, grounds it to the second baseman. That's a 4-6-3 double play to win the game. And Round Rock able to come out of this one with the W. 5-3 here. Virgilio gets the win after a very stunning performance. Rogers with the loss, and Pruitt will get the save. So we went 1 for 2 today with our wins. Round Rock able to pick up a win despite the 4 errors. 4 errors were all in the first 3 innings too. So good to see them at least stop that one. Next time we'll be seeing the Houston Astros up in the majors. They'll be playing a series against Texas Rangers, and then they'll be playing a series at the Tampa Bay Rays. So that'll be the next time we see you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, a little different with the minors. Go ahead, if you did, go ahead and hit that like button. Please subscribe, that always helps me out as well. Leave any comments you have in the comments below. Maybe see who is your favorite prospect you want to see. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. I'll see you guys next time for the Houston Astros. Y'all have a great rest of your day.